We're going to go to the library. Are folks willing to meet us? She speaks Russian. She has the option of maybe having a Russian play date or asking people if they want to learn Russian. She could have a class herself.
I think also these lists need to be publicized more. I don't know how many homeschools are out there not knowing that we have Homeschooling Together Yahoo group.
Right, listservs, absolutely.
There's tons of them.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
a really great way to connect to people. And you really do, if you're just starting out, you really do have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And announce, say, I'm here. Mm-hmm. I want to meet other people. My kids are 4 and 7, and,
Right.
But it does take that initial step.
Yeah.
But finding the list first is, I think, the first step. Once you do that,
you go from there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hello.
So we have a call. Hello, you're on the air. I'm sorry. We're not hearing you very well. Let's see. There, try that. Can we hear you now? Hello?
I'm not hearing you very well. Let's see.
Oh, we're on to a song. We'll get right back to you. We'll hang on for 1 second. Oh, that was awesome. We just heard from a friend of ours just called in with her kids, and they're listening to the show, and the kids were just had some suggestions for our friend who is thinking about homeschooling, and the message is that you can pick your own curriculum and go at your own pace.
Yeah, and good luck.
And good luck. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That was a great phone call.
Very supportive.
Yes.
You're listening to Homeschool Radio on BostonFreeRadio.com. Feel free to call in like our friends just did, 617-454-4BFR, or Skype us at Boston Free Radio. So some suggestions we were saying. So another thing is, as the weather improves, the opportunities to meet up really grow, and there are still a lot of things to do right now. But when the weather improves, you just really feel like getting out there a lot more, And
I don't think people can get out of their house yet. It's just crazy. I mean, there's just no way you can't get around.
Yeah, I walked here and I was like, wow. So pretty much the ambient snow that hasn't been shoveled is up to my hips. Pretty much, like I can reach out and just brush it with my mitten.
Yeah. So. No, that's true. And during the winter, even if you have made connections, wintertime, you don't see a whole lot of people.
Yeah. There's an event that normally takes place outside of Davis Square for young kids, and I mean they've canceled it more or less the whole month because not only is it nearly impossible to park, but some people take the T, and the T has been a huge challenge. And just walking from the T to this place, it's in the basement of a church with 3 little ones, it's just a nightmare, right?
Yeah,
they're crying,
absolutely.
they hate it. The little ones don't stay warm, very quick to get cold. So.
What event is that?
It's a young homeschoolers, like a play group, and it's normally on Thursdays at noon at the church on College Ave and Francesca Street.
Yeah, I think I know that group.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for a long time?
Yeah, a couple of years now, I think. So.
Yes, I think I took my little one there once.
Yeah, it's been a while, but we're hoping to get back into that too. So another thing that I wanted to say is that some of my best connections have been really local. You're in Somerville, some of our closest friends, and in the winter, you don't have to go too far for play dates. And so some of the things that we've done, the classes that we've taken, or the groups that we've belonged to have been in our own city. Mm-hmm. And, you see these listservs, there's stuff going on everywhere, and you could drive all over the place, but it's really nice to connect to people who are very close to you.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that a lot of towns have their own groups. So, for instance, Somerville has their own listserv. I don't know about, I think Cambridge might have their own. So you can get really local. And I think that's another thing that people who are just starting out need to to find out about.
Yeah. Yep. And one other thing that I thought was kind of neat is, if you're taking your kids out of school, you don't have to buy into some of the yucky things about American culture, the consumerism and, Anyway, we have to take a station ID. We'll be back shortly.
But Mom! Don't but Mom me. You heard what the doctor said.
I'm fine. I just got my bell rung. It's not like I blacked out.
You've had headaches, dizzy spells, and you're just not yourself. That's not feeling fine.
Come on, I can't miss the game.
It's still serious, even if you didn't black out. It's better to miss one game than the whole season.
All concussions are serious. Know the warning signs and never let your child return to play before a healthcare professional says it's okay. A message from CDC.
Freedom to soar with the Hawks above Union Square. Boston, birthplace of revolution and complaint. Radio, miniaturized to fit in the pocket of your overalls. Together they spell BostonFreeRadio.com.
I love that guy. He just makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, they've got some great DJs here and great personalities.
Yeah, they really do. BostonFreeRadio.com. That's where we are right now in the heart of Somerville, Union Square. And Boston Free Radio is just part of Somerville Cable Access, and it's open to the public.
Yeah.
If you're a Somerville resident, just come on in, sign up. You can have your own radio show. You can
Like we did.
Explore the glamour of radio.
Indeed.
You can have your own TV show. And it's just wonderful. I mean, you can pretty much, get whatever message you want. Here we are.
Yep. All right. So I thought we'd talk about calendar events.
Yes.
Would this be a good time for that?
Yes.
So, in relation to our listener that wrote in, there's an event coming up on March 14th. In Cambridge, and it's called Real Stories of Cambridge Homeschool Families. It's from 10 to noon. It's at the Cambridge Main Library, which is at 449 Broadway in Cambridge. It's moderated by AHEM, which is the...
Advocates for Home Education in Massachusetts.
I wrote this down somewhere, but not near. There it is, right there. So it's moderated by them, and it's a bunch of families who, it says, want to meet other families who are homeschooling in Cambridge, interested in homeschooling and have questions on how to make it work for your family, or are you just curious about other educational options for your family? Join us for a panel discussion where current homeschooling families will share their stories, their methods, their joys, and their challenges. For this event, we're not able to make special accommodations for children, so please leave them at home if they are happier with a caregiver. They will have some kid-friendly events soon, and teens and nursing infants are welcome. This is Cambridge focused, but it's not exclusive. So if you are not in Cambridge, but you'd still like to check it out, please come along. And it's on a Saturday. It's not the best for people who did chime in to the original call, but they hope to do a Sunday afternoon soon, and the information will probably be posted on Homeschooling Together, the Homeschooling Together listserv on Yahoo Groups. And this is more focused on adults and teens sharing their stories, getting their questions answered, and they think it might be kind of boring for kids, but you could even bring someone along to take your kids up to the children's room too. Which is
a fantastic room.
Yes, it's a nice library. And then, so there are some other events going on, but the ice skating, which is normally on Fridays, is not technically this week because it's school vacation week. And if you've ever tried to go ice skating during school vacation week, it is a mob scene. Feel free to go, but, a lot of us are staying away. So normally, since our show doesn't air next week, next Friday, the ice skating will resume. So there's weekly skating at the Ed Burns Arena in Arlington. It's 422 Summer Street. And skate rental is $5. Skate sharpening is $6. And that's on Fridays from 11 to 12:50. December through March, and it's also on Fridays at Somerville's Veterans Memorial Rink at 570 Somerville Ave. That's from noon to 1:50. Also on Fridays, Watertown Launch hosts Open Jump for homeschoolers, and that's from 12:30 to 3 p.m. And we're told that it's $12 for parent-child pair. I'm not really sure what it would be if you have more than one child, so probably, you could talk to other people on Homeschooling Together listserv or, inquire at the desk. So tomorrow and Friday the 27th, there are homeschool ski lessons at Crotched Mountain in New Hampshire. If you want more information on this, it's posted on Mass Home Learning Association listserv, which is another Yahoo group. And the discounts are really great. So if that's something you guys want to do, certainly check it out. It might be a little late for tomorrow, but next Friday, a week from
Maybe there's
tomorrow.
someone at my house that's listening to the show.
Yeah.
I hope you just heard that.
Yeah? Do you think that someone might want to go?
Maybe.
That might be pretty neat.
I hope they're listening.
Maybe. What might be fun is maybe you could stay warm at home and watch the little one, and I could take them up. I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
All right.
On Saturday, the 21st, the MFA is free, and they're having Chinese New Year activities. And let's see what else we have. On the 28th, a week from Saturday, there's a Lunar New Year celebration at the Peabody Essex Museum. Lion dances, drumming, crafts, and storytelling. I'm running out of time here.
My favorite song is coming up.
Okay, so, and in Chinatown, the Lion Dance Parade is on March 1st, and it starts at approximately 11 a.m. Welcome back to Homeschool Radio on BostonFreeRadio.com.
That was My Chihuahua. And
By who?
By Dupe.
Dupe.
And I know my kids are sick of that song. I love it. I love that song.
Earlier we played De La Soul, but I guess we have the titles should be showing on the listener. So if you're listening online, you're going to see the titles. But we are not great about identifying the titles of our songs so far. And if you have feedback on that, call us, Skype us, or our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Homeschool Radio. And aside from that, obviously, we're happy to hear your show ideas, your comments, suggestions, complaints, anything. And we're happy to take your calls, too, at 617-454-4BFR or Skype at Boston Free Radio. So I had a few more calendar items that I didn't get to. So I left off at our Chinatown and Chinese New Year's activities. So on Tuesdays, if you're between the ages of 14 and 18, the Boston Area Homeschoolers Queer Straight Alliance invites you to join us for our weekly meetings from 10 to noon in the Robbins Library Conference Room, which is on the 4th floor. The Robbins Library is at 700 Mass Ave in Arlington. If you want more information on that event, they have a Facebook page. That's the Boston Area Homeschoolers Queer Straight Alliance. On Wednesdays, we have Arlington's Games Day at the Robbins Library Community Room, which is in the basement. Again, the Robbins Library is 700 Mass Ave in Arlington. That's on Wednesdays from 12:45 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. Coming up, the AHEM organization, the Advocates for Home Education in Massachusetts Incorporated, is hosting a salon on Wednesday, March 18th at 7:30. That's going to be in Berlin, Massachusetts. The theme is Alternatives to College, and if you want more information on that and to register, you can see their website at ahem.info. That's ahem.info, and go to their events page. They are also hosting State House Day on Monday, April 13th. It starts at 10 a.m. at the State House in Boston. And again, if you want information and to register for that event, you go to their website, which is ahem.info. And you can register and look into more information there. And you mentioned Lex language at the beginning of the program when I was trying to stumble through Chinese. If you're interested in languages, we love Lex language. We've been members for not quite a year, but the kids really enjoy it. It's a very family-oriented way to learn language. It's a lot of games and songs. And they have a club in Cambridge. It's actually near Danahy Park. on Sherman Street, and they have open clubs, so you can come and check it out and bring your family. We have an open club on March 9th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m., one on March 10th from 9:45 to 11. We have quite a few homeschoolers that go there. On March 12th from 4:15 to 5:15, and on March 14th from 11 to 12:30. And if you'd like to check on these and get more information, you can go to lexlrf.org/language-clubs/times-and-place.html. So that's pretty much it for all my calendar events.
That's a lot. There's a lot going on.
I know.
I mean, and that's all the public notices. And if you are on any of the listservs, you'll see offerings for all kinds of groups and get-togethers and classes. And there, you could really fill your day.
Yes.
You could absolutely. And we've done that before.
Yes.
We've overscheduled.
It's really easy to overschedule.
I mean, everything looks like so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to, and you just think, oh, this is the last time they're ever going to offer this.
Right.
And it's, you have to take advantage right now. And so I learned from that one semester that we need to pull it back.
Yeah.
Just take our time.
Breathe.
The aquarium class will come up again.
Check the budget.
Check the budget. Well, that's
Yes.
another thing. I mean, there are a lot of things do cost money. I mean, but there are also a lot of free offerings.
Lots of free offerings, and we love our library.
Oh yeah, we do love our library.
So, and the library actually hosts some of the free classes that have been around. Obviously, the games day at the library, nice and open ended, and no real preconception as to what has to happen there.
That's right. That's right. And now you mentioned HEM, the Advocates for Home Education in Massachusetts, and their website ahem.info is a wealth of information.
Absolutely.
And anybody considering homeschooling, or if you're just curious, that's a great place to start. And it looks like we need to...
Well, it looks like you have some news items. Is that true?
I do. And after the break, we'll get to them.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
All right.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matt, and these are my co-hosts, and we're the Cool Kids Club. Say hi, girls.
Hi, girls.
Ooh. We have a radio show that's on Monday night at 8 o'clock, and we play a lot of cool music, and it's really keen, and I hope that you will listen to it.
I don't like being your sidekick like this. It's weird. Athena and I are like the chorus. You're like, introduce our stuff and talk about it, and we're like, what are we choosing?
Let's do it again.
Cut.
Alexandra, Athena, and Matt can be heard Monday nights at 8 on Boston Free Radio.
Cool Kids Club.
All right. Cool Kids Club.
All right.
So you're at bostonfreeradio.com. This is the Homeschool Radio Show. Feel free to call in 617-454-4BFR and Skype Boston Free Radio, Homeschool Radio on Facebook.
And you also can email us at homeschoolradio@facebook.com. And I believe, I have not tested this, if you don't have a Facebook account, I think your message will still get to our page.
Oh, cool.
So using that email, send us whatever comments you want discussed on the air, and we'll do our best to get to them.
Sounds good.
So coming up, I want to talk about some news, homeschoolers in the news.
Yeah, we've been kind of doing that at the last show. And
yeah. Now, the challenge that I've been having is the sources of these articles come from Christian organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to find an objective source on these stories.
Right.
Very hard.
Yes.
And I'm not quite sure how to proceed. I mean, there are some issues that are going on. I just want people to be advised that this is where they come from. I do have some articles that are from other places, and I will certainly cite my sources when I read the article. But before we get to the actual news, we're not NPR, we're not big radio stations. We don't have news music.
No.
But I did find some I want Lauren to hear. See if you like as an intro.
Okay.
Like news. And so when you hear this music, you'll know.
All right.
The news is coming.
All right.
So I have some picked out.
Okay.
For you to listen to.
Exciting.
I know, it is very exciting.
Wow.
So this is sort of an audition. You let me know, and if anybody has an opinion on this, certainly let us know. Here's the first one coming up right now.
All right. I'm excited to hear it.
I don't know. What do you think?
Wow. This is serious news music.
This is more like, what's the PBS hour? McNeil Lehrer.
Oh, yes. Right. It's not even that anymore. You've been watching that for a while, haven't you?
I really haven't. I thought they were still on.
It was Jim Lehrer for a really long time.
Oh, McNeil is not there anymore.
No. I'm not sure of his status. All right, so that's our first choice.
That's the first one.
Very
now,
good.
Here's the next choice.
All right.
That's nice and fast, nice, quick.
Brief.
Dramatic.
Yes.
Now this one.
Okay.
Tell me what you think of this one. Starts off slow. Builds. I don't know. Kind of nothing, right? How about this?
Okay.
Should we stick with that one?
I don't know. It makes me think of gas. What is that, a tuba?
Yeah, tubas are always funny. I mean, you can play anything on a tuba and it would be funny.
Yes, indeed.
But
as is gas. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So, on to more serious things.
Okay. So maybe we should have chosen the serious news music.
Yeah.
All right.
So
one of the
have
first
here,
two are one of my choices.
Which one?
One of the first two.
Really?
Probably the second one.
Yeah, I like the second one. It was kind of short but dramatic.
Feel free to weigh in, of course.
So this first news story that I have, I'm getting this from the Manhattan Institute think tank, their website, the City Journal.
Okay.
And this is about Connecticut Sandy Hook Advisory Commission. In response to the Adam Lanza shooting at Sandy Hook.
Yes.
They are recommending that special needs or kids with mental issues who are homeschooled be monitored.
Right.
It's not an absurd reaction, I suppose. It turns out that Adam Lanza was not homeschooled.
Right.
But they're still proceeding.
Yeah.
With this recommendation.
He was just taken out of school.
Right.
And they didn't actually do anything formal as far as education goes? Or?
No. He was placed on homebound status.
Okay.
This meant that the Newtown School District had a legal obligation to continue implementing his IEP, Individualized Education Plan.
Okay.
And working toward the academic and behavioral goals it contained. But all the evidence suggests that they failed in that obligation.
Oh.
So now the onus is back on them.
Right.
So in that particular case, there was some confusion about who was responsible for him, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
But what they're saying now is, all kids who are homeschooled, especially if they're taken out of school and they have an IEP.
Right.
Then they want to continue that IEP. It is a contract.
Yeah.
Now, I should say that the City Journal is the Manhattan Institute think tank, and they tend to be a little bit more right-wing.
Okay.
I just want to say that out loud before we continue.
Okay.
I could not find another article about this. I found the commission's, what they proposed. I found that online, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I also found some blogs that talked about it, and the ones that I found were from homeschooling organizations who are afraid of this policy.
Yeah.
It's encroaching a little bit.
Right, right. It's always sort of a gray area, right?
Yeah, it is. And it made me wonder, kids who do have mental issues.
Yeah, behavioral issues.
If they're in school, then obviously they are being watched and helped.
Yeah.
But if you are homeschooled, it is up to the parents. And I don't know what other kinds of monitoring would go on.
Right.
or if it's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is one of those issues that I don't have an opinion about because I can see both sides.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it could be a benefit to the parent to have some support, get a break or have services. But how do you define where the line is drawn?
Mm-hmm.
What constitutes needs these services versus mildly on the spectrum of needs?
Right. Right.
And yeah, I don't know. I guess it's, foreign territory.
It is. And I think that the more homeschoolers we have, this issue is going to come up more often.
Yep.
Now, also concerning monitoring, Kentucky is, now again, this is from a website called iSchoolGuide.com. I don't really know much about them. Have you heard of them before?
No.
The headline is Kentucky to monitor high school students leaving for homeschooling. And they want to, if a kid wants to drop out when they're 16, 17, they want to be able to monitor that kid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just some things that are going on in the news of homeschoolers. Yeah. And next show, we'll talk about other issues more closer to home, for us anyway.
Absolutely. I can't believe we're almost at the end of another show.
Here we are.
Flew by.
6 seconds.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thanks for calling, and we want to hear from you. Good night. From Homeschool Radio, Boston Radio, BostonFreeRadio.com. Have a good night. Thank you.